Hello everyone, my name is Megan Russell. I did my artist project presentation on Gian, Lorenzo, Bernini. Here's a photograph of Bernini to put a name to a face. A little history on Bernini. He was born December 7th, 1598 in Naples, Italy, and died November 28th, 1680 in Rome. Bernini is also known by Giovanni Bernini. And at the age of 23, he became a knight, and at the age of 31, he was given the honor of being the official architect of St. Peter's, located in Vatican City. This was the highest honor for an artist during his time. He was admired by many, including Pope Paul V, Pope Urban III, and many others. Here's just a couple of pictures of the people he was greatly admired by. Pope Paul VIII, over on the left, Pope Paul V in the middle, and the Cardinal on the right. Events happening at the time they lived and were working. So Bernini was a part of the Catholic faith, and he lived during the Counter-Reformation era, which was the 16th and 17th century. This was a time where the Roman Catholics were trying to rebuild from the Protestant Reformation. They did this by creating amazing artistic pieces to persuade the people to return to the Catholic religion. Other art movements happening at the same time they were working. The art movement that was happening during this time was the Italian Baroque art period. This art movement was a style that put an emphasis on being dramatic and grandiose, which explains why ceilings and walls and many rooms were painted with extravagant photos and paintings of different people all throughout St. Peter's and Vatican City. Their theories on art. For Bernini, formal theories was one of the ones that I chose. One of the artists that Bernini studied greatly was Michelangelo. And in looking at these two artists, you can see the resemblance and the details that Bernini adopted from Michelangelo and then created his own work. I also chose expressive theories. As I said above, you could see the detail in Bernini's work that he used in each one of his sculptures and paintings. This is exactly what he was known for, was the extreme detail in his art. He used precise detail of the skin, hair, and clothing of his sculptures, and no artist seemed to be able to match him. Here's one of the busts that he did of the Savior, of Jesus Christ. You can see the detail that he put into the clothing and into his hair, his face, to make it seem more lifelike. Here is a sculpture of David. Again, you can see the detail that he put into the muscles on David, the hair in his face, using different lines and different focuses and shapes to draw your eye to certain details. What, if any, art movement they belong or belong to? Bernini was a part of the Baroque art period, and it all started when he was with Pope Paul V, and he had a large impact on the Counter-Reformation. When he was named official architect of St. Peter's, he did a lot of work for the churches. This meant his work needed to stimulate the senses of the people and be overly dramatic, and Bernini definitely did not disappoint. This is a photograph of St. Peter's Basilica, Rome, and in being there myself, I visited a couple years ago. I can attest to the extreme detail that is put into every single part of St. Peter's. You can kind of see in this photo the different sculptures on the top, though they're not as clear as I would hope. But even in the columns and the top of the columns, there is extreme detail, and in all of the sculptures, it is almost exactly the same as all of his other sculptures in regards to detail. A summary of their body work. Did they pioneer a new direction in their medium? Bernini was primarily a sculptor. Every now and then he would paint, and then, of course, he was an architect. He did St. Peter's. He was well known for the ability to pay attention to detail. His sculptures were like no one else's. he made stone seem like it was real life. Bernini started the use of shading to emphasize certain areas to create lifelike appearance, which is what he used in a lot of his sculptures. He took this next step, unlike his predecessor Michelangelo, and this is what kind of jump-started the new era for Western sculptures. Here's just one more of his sculptures, Apollo and Daphne. It's very simple. You don't see a ton of detail in the skin, but you do see a ton of detail in their hair and, where their hands are and what they're holding. What were the main elements and principles of design they tended to use? From what I read and noticed from Bernini's work, the main elements used were time, motion, and texture. I chose time and motion because all of his work as an architect kind of had movement to it. One of the examples was the spiraling columns of the Balachen. I apologize again if I pronounce that incorrectly. The way he designed those columns made them appear as if they were moving into the ceiling, which was very cool. I chose texture because you see this in all of his sculptures. It's what he's most known for. He had the uncanny ability to turn stone into lifelike pieces. The main principle of design is scale and proportion. Again, you see in his sculptures how he uses each one of his people to kind of offset and draw your attention to a certain part of the sculpture. Each one of his pieces of artwork tell a dramatic story, and he uses the scale and proportion to offset and emphasize the purpose of that piece. What of the 6 functions does their art employ? Art for delight, art as commentary, and art in worship and ritual. He didn't do a lot of commentary, but his work was mainly in worship and ritual. What art criticism have they received, and do you agree or disagree with that assessment? Bernini didn't really receive any criticism during his life, though during the Neo-Classicism, people started to have different views on all of his work. The movement consisted of a lot of people who were really against the Baroque period in general, but some kind of specifically targeted Bernini. They believed that his sculptures were kind of misleading because of the detail to the skin and other elements, saying that it kind of took away from the uniqueness of the stone. Though I strongly disagree with this, just because Bernini did put a lot of work into his sculptures and capturing each and every detail to make it seem more lifelike. And even now, like some people didn't even or haven't even been able to match his ability to capture that in stone. And here's my works cited. Thank you everyone for listening.